we are going to start with cargo games, part 1. So first, let's see what is a machine. So any appliance that enables a small force to get effect of a greater force. You are putting a small force and it's converting it into a big force, or power or efficiency is increased. That is your machine. So force applied, the force which we are putting is the effort, and the force overcome, that the force the machine which is overcoming, that is the load on the machine. Like you are putting lot of clothes in the washing machine, so the load is increased, so that is your load. And the effort is how much force it is applying to overcome that load, how fast or with what force it is moving. So force applied is called the effort, and force overcome is called the load or the weight in our question. So what is, let's see what is mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage is load divided by effort. So mechanical advantage means what is the advantage of the machine or pulley, block or purchase, any machine. So all the machines, we can use this formula. Now let's see what is example of this, how to putting effort on. We have a load of 150 kilograms force, and we are putting 10 kilogram force. So mechanical advantage is load of 150 upon effort is 10. So we have 15 times the mechanical advantage. So mechanical advantage is 15. So how to understand this information is, if the machine, it is a perfect machine, so effort will be 1 by 15. That is, a machine is converting 1 kilogram of force into 15 kilogram force. But we know that machines are not perfect because there are losses of effort due to resistance or friction and so many other things. So then before that there is some other thing which is called velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is defined by the distance traveled by the effort. That is, when you are putting a force, how much distance you are traveling or giving the effort, how much is the distance traveled by the force applied, the effort, and how much is the distance traveled by the load. So mechanical advantage is over load by effort, and velocity ratio is opposite, distance traveled by effort upon distance traveled by load. Right. Same again, it is also for both simple machines and complex machines. Now we have to see how we will use it. So first we need to know efficiency. Efficiency is the workout, that is given the work upon work in into 100%. Workout, what is the workout? Workout is the load which is being moved into the distance which is traveled. Then and work in is equal to effort into distance traveled by effort. So effort which we are applying on the force, this is the into distance is your work in, and the outcome which is the load is moving at what distance, it is your workout. So efficiency is equals to load into distance traveled by load upon effort into distance traveled by load into 100%. Now load by effort we know is mechanical advantage, and distance traveled by load upon distance traveled by effort upon distance traveled by load is your velocity ratio. So we inverse it and get velocity ratio. So we get the formula, efficiency is equals to mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio into 100. or efficiency percentage is equals to mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio only. Also, we can write like this: velocity ratio is equal to distance traveled by effort upon distance traveled by load. So 1 by VR is equal to distance traveled by load upon distance traveled by effort. That's what we have used here. So if it is a perfect machine, mechanical advantage and velocity ratio will be same. So we will have 100% efficiency. But let's see, this is a simple lever like a seesaw. Simple machine is a simple lever, and we have put force applying on force P near A, and that is applied to overcome the weight W. So by a distance OB. So load W is moved by the effort or force P. So P, the force by the distance OA, is equals to W weight into distance OB. That means we are applying the force P to keep this weight in balance. So force P is applied at a distance of OA, and force W is applied at a distance of OB to keep this in balance. So this will be equal forces. Now let's see it in the words of our calculations. Mechanical advantage is equals to arm of the effort upon arm of load. That is, uh, so mechanical advantage is effort upon load, that is P upon W. So now we are taking an example of a pulley. We have a weight and it is pulled by a force P. So this is a single fixed pulley because you can see single pulley and it is fixed. So distance traveled by the effort, how much distance this rope is moving is equals to distance traveled by the load. Same amount of load is weight, also same amount of distance it will move. So distance traveled by effort is equal to distance traveled by load. So velocity ratio is 1. Velocity ratio means the ratio of distance traveled by the effort upon the distance traveled by the load. So in pulleys, generally it will be this type of advantage pulley, it will be 1. So efficiency is 100% because mechanical advantage is equals to velocity ratio is equals to 1. So distance traveled by effort is equal to distance traveled by load, and velocity ratio as, as per the definition it is 1. So efficiency is 100%, and mechanical advantage equals to velocity ratio equals to 1. Now W is the weight and P is the force. So advantage of pulley system is direction can be controlled. Now two pulley system. Now in two pulley system, we have two pulleys, pulley A and B, and we are applying the force here to lift the weight here. So the distance traveled by effort, which is the distance is 2 pi r, and total and also the effort or this rope is moving this distance also. So that is 2 pi r again. So distance traveled by effort, that is P, is 2 pi r, and the distance traveled by the weight will be 2 pi r divided by 2. That is this much. So we know the formula, uh, velocity ratio, distance traveled by effort is equal to distance traveled by load. So here we will get it at 2. Now because it's a perfect machine, so we velocity ratio and mechanical advantage is equals to 2 if efficiency is 100%. Now let's take an example of gun tackle. Same like the two pulley arrangements. So moving parts, we have two moving parts. So at effort, we have one moving part. So moving parts at load, for the load, the at load the two pulleys are moving, and for the effort, only one moving rope is there. So moving part of the effort is 1 and moving parts of the load is 2. So velocity ratio is 2. Number of moving parts at the moving block. If pulleys are smooth, mechanical advantage is 2. That is 100%. It is perfect machine, 100% efficiency. Then mechanical advantage will also be 2. Now let's we we put the force from down. This was rigged to advantage. Now it is rigged to disadvantage. We are pulling from down. Sorry. This is rigged to advantage. So in this case, the direction of pull is the force. If there are three parts are moving, the number of parts moving at the moving block will be 3. Let's see how. In the direction of the pull, the weight is also going up and direction. So advantage is, what is the meaning of advantage? Is weight is going up and you are applying the pull upwards. We are pulling also upwards and weight is also going upward. That is rigged to advantage. So in when we are rigging a gun tackle means two pulleys. So when we are rigging a gun tackle to advantage, that means weight and force are applied. Weight is moving at the same direction where the force is applied. So we can see there are three uh, parts are moving. Three places, three parts of the moving block are moving. The rope is moving here, and then here, and then here. So here the velocity ratio is 3. So if the direction of the pull and direction of the movement is same, then it is rigged to advantage. And if the direction of the movement of the weight and the direction of the force applied P is different directions, then it is disadvantage. So we have a standing block that is on top fixed, and we have the running parts of wire, and the hauling part is the wire or rope which we are pulling, and the moving block is the downward block which is adjusting the weight or lifting the weight. So now let's see what do we mean by purchase. Mechanical device by means of which an applied pull or force is increased. So efficiency is increased, like we are putting some force and uh, we get we can lift up a load like blocks or purchase in the ships also we have pulleys. So it will have a system of levers, it will have a system of revolving drums like pulleys, and it will have wheels geared to one another sometimes, or we have a combination of these, or some chain block, like you have chain blocks, rope or chain. Now let's see what is a tackle. So tackle is also a purchase. It consists of a rope through two or more blocks. So any purchase where you have more than two or more blocks is called tackle. force applied on hauling part results in an increased force by an amount depending on the number of sheaves in the blocks and the manner in which the rope around them, that is advantage or disadvantage. So with the number of pulleys inside this block and number of ropes in the which rope is passing, as per that we can calculate the advantage, disadvantage and the efficiency. So this is a block, and in this we have three sheaves in one block, and also how the rope is twined around that, and as per that we can do the sum. So let's see how this rope pulleys are working. So this is the single pulley, and which is this is also single pulley, but one is rigged to advantage and one is rigged to disadvantage, and then we have the two pulley system. So this is rigged to disadvantage single pulley. One is the weight is moving up and this is moving down. So it is very easy, but you have only mechanical advantages only one times. One part is moving and the other part is moving down. Now, when you have a single pulley and you are moving this with this rig to advantage, you are pulling also the weight is up, and the force is applied upwards, and also the weight is going up. So you can see the two parts, two ropes are moving together to pull this weight. So it mechanical advantage. We have two times advantage. That means it will be twice easier to lift the weight like this than lifting the weight like this. Then third type of pulley where you have two pulleys. One is the fixed pulley and one is the moving block. That is a fixed block and the moving block, because here one block has to be fixed. Here it was the fixed pulley rigged to disadvantage. Here this was single pulley rigged to advantage. Now what will happen? You see here this is a two pulley system and it is rigged to disadvantage. So it seems we have five ropes, but actually uh, four ropes will move to lift the weight, and the last rope is only there to change the direction of the force. So mechanical advantage will be four times. Uh, Four ropes are moving to lift the ropes. That is your mechanical advantage is four. So this is your lifting gear chapter from your Aloy Fernandez, where your lifting gear is consisting of your derrick, boom, blocks, shackles, wires, so many things. So each component of your lifting gears can bear a certain amount of load, which is your safe working load, without breaking it. So if the load is increased progressively, a stage will be reached when the component will not be able to bear the load and it will break, and that is your breaking load or breaking strength. So safe working load is the stress that a component of a lifting gear can bear safely in normal use, like normal working conditions. It can bear safely, it will never break. And breaking load is you are exceeding the safe working load slowly, and there will be a point at maximum breaking load or breaking stress that the equipment will fracture or break. So factor of safety is the difference between safe working load and breaking stress. To divide the breaking stress to obtain the safe working load. So generally we keep 6 times. So if our safe working load is 6 tons, then your breaking stress is 36 tons. That is, if breaking stress, if equipment will break at 36 tons, we will work and use in normal use of only up to 6 tons. 6 times of safety we are using here. We want to be very safe. But this is just an example. So whenever any equipment such as ropes, wires, blocks, shackles we are using on the ship, they should have all these wires and ropes should have a test certificate with them, with their all details, size, dimension, braking stress, safe working load, testing authority, certifying authority, all this. And so in the factories, all these are tested, and these are the formulas by which the braking stress of the rope can be worked out depending on the diameter. So for Manila rope, the braking stress is 2d square by 300, where d is the diameter, polypropylene 3d square by 300, terylene 4d square by 300, and nylon 5d square by 300. Same for chains. Uh, Grade 1 stud chains are 220d square by 600, 2 is 30d square, 3 is 43d square. Then you have to remember all these formulas. Then for wire, if it is a 6 strand, 12 wires per strand, then 15d square by 1500. So this construction will be given to you in the exam, and the formulas you have to remember to calculate the braking stress. 6 strand 24 wires per strand and 6 strand 35 wires per strand. So safe working load must be clearly and marked on every component of the lifting gear, as we see on the cranes and all on the ships. And if it is made up of different components, so different components or the weakest component, the safe working load we will take, obviously, because otherwise that will break. So if a component of lifting gear is tested and we cannot test it to braking strength because it will destroy. So we have to apply the load more than the safe working load to assure that when it is loaded up to safe working load, it will safely bear this load. This load will apply more than safe working load. This is called proof load. So proof load is the testing load which we are applying on an equipment where we are using in normal use. And as per that, we are calculating the braking stress. So proof load for chains and rings is twice the safe working load. For sheaves is 4 times. For multiple sheave blocks 2 times, and like this for all the equipments is given in your Arroll's rule. Now blocks and purchases we just saw, and what is mechanical advantage and disadvantage, and block purchases rig to advantage and disadvantage. So if also if there is any where there is no friction, there is 100% efficiency, mechanical advantage is equals to load upon effort. And if there is a friction, then mechanical advantage is equals to resistance upon the applied force. Then velocity ratio is the ratio of velocity of effort upon velocity of road. Uh, so distance or upon time, since time it will be same. So distance, the effort moves upon the distance the load moves. That is velocity ratio. And we have to calculate n, which we will see. N is the number of parts of rope that are at the moving block. So at moving block, how many parts are moving? That is will be n, and n plus 1 we will use when the rope is rigged to advantage, because if it is rigged to advantage, then uh, that part will also move as we saw. So n we will use n plus 1, number of ropes at the moving block, and plus 1. So these are the different types of purchases and blocks which you will get in the question. Single pulley or single whip, fixed type, then gun tackle, where you have two pulleys, one is fixed block and the one is moving block. This is rigged to disadvantage, the weight will go up and it will go down. Then two blocks when it is whip or luff tackle, again rigged to disadvantage, but you have three moving parts. Then double or two-fold. So here you have two pulleys on top and one here. Here you have two-fold purchase, means two pulleys on top and two at bottom. The one which we saw in the video. So four moving parts together and one also, n plus one. So this one is also moving with this one is moving against the weight, so this we will not count. It's only changing the direction. So again, rig to disadvantage. So here all are rig to disadvantage because one is moving up, another weight is moving up, and force is moving down. Then gin tackle and threefold. So threefold is easy. Three pulleys on top, three pulleys on bottom. Rig to disadvantage. And twofold is two, and gun tackle is one. Rest after gun tackle we have luff tackle. So two on top and one. So always on top we are increasing one. In gin tackle we have three on top and two down. So this is the easy way to remember this locks and tackles and purchases. So we know in a perfect machine effort will be 100%. So your efficiency mechanical advantage is equals to velocity ratio. So the formula is effort into the distance traveled is equals to load plus n into 10% of the load into distance moved by the load or weight. So the efficiency will be W plus NW. N is your moving parts into the weight divided by 10 to calculate 10% upon velocity ratio. Why velocity ratio? Because velocity ratio is equal to distance traveled by the effort upon distance traveled by the load. So E is the effort, W is the load you will put on the block, and D is the distance moved by the effort, and dW is the distance moved by the load, that is velocity ratio. So if the friction is other than 10%, then the formula will be useful work done on the weight into 100% upon the work applied by the effort. This is for 10% friction. So W into D upon E, the weight into the distance moved upon effort into the distance moved into 100% is equals to mechanical advantage upon VR into 1%. This we have seen. So let's see example of question which is asked. So a gun tackle which is rig to advantage. So gun tackle we had seen that it has two uh, purchases on top as we have seen here. You can see we have a gun tackle, single pulley and rig to disadvantage. So this is a gun tackle which is rig to disadvantage. Rig to advantage. Advantage means the force is also going up and weight is also going up. So this gun tackle is rig to advantage, single pulleys, and it is used to lift a load of 3 tons. So this weight is 3 tons. Find out the effort and minimum size of polypropylene rope required. So we have to get the size of this polypropylene rope required. How we will find out? Let's see. So gun tackle has two sheaves, one sheave here, one sheave here. So n is equals to 2. N is the number of sheaves. Then W is equals to 3 tons. The velocity ratio for the gun tackle used to advantage is 3. Why 3? Because advantage, so 3 parts are moving. This part is also moving up to lift the weight. So always for advantage it is n plus 1 we saw. So n plus 1 is 3, and uh, using any of the three methods, friction is 12% per sheet. That is given in the question. Assume friction is 12% and factor of safety as 6. So what we have to find? We have to find the effort and minimum size of rope. First we will find effort. Effort is equals to, we saw the formula, W plus uh, NW into 10%. So here we have 12%, so 12 by 100 upon velocity ratio. So the weight is 3, then W is 3 and N is equals to 2 into 12 by 100, and velocity ratio is N plus 1, so 3. So we get the effort as 1.24 tons. So we need 1.24 tons to lift 3 tons of weight. We need to apply 1.34 tons of effort to lift the weight of 3 tons. So it is noted that the effort is borne by a single rope of the hauling part. while the load is being shared by three ropes. So we are pulling one rope, but the load is shared by three ropes. Therefore, the rope must be able to bear a safe working load of 1.24 tons, which is the effort. So rope is taking maximum weight. The rope is lifting is 1.24 tons, and that is our effort. So breaking stress of this rope will be 1.24 into 6. That is factor of safety we apply. So safe working load is 1.24 and breaking stress factor of safety 6. So breaking stress we can calculate by multiplying the safe working load into factor of safety 1.24 into 6. So we get 7.44 is the breaking stress. So now we need to know what will be the diameter of the rope, polypropylene rope. So breaking stress of polypropylene rope formula is 3d square by 300. So we take 3d square by 300 is equal to breaking stress, which we calculated 7.44. So diameter we calculate by this is 27.3 mm. But ropes are generally in odd, even numbers of this thing. So we'll round up to the nearest even number. That should be more, it cannot be less. So the nearest greater even number is 28 mm of polypropylene rope we will use. So the minimum size of polypropylene rope required for gun tackle is 28 diameter. Now the next part of the question is, if the hauling part of this purchase was secured to a moving block of a watch tackle. So luffing or watch tackle we saw two sheaves up and one sheave down, which is used to disadvantage like up. So this is disadvantage. So moving part is this part, this hauling part is connected to luff tackle to disadvantage. Find out the effort required and the efficiency of the system and size of the nylon rope. Here we are asking polypropylene rope, now nylon rope required for the wash tackle. So effort, efficiency and diameter of the nylon rope. So we see 1.24 tons was our effort initially for the gun tackle, and the effort of becomes now for luff tackle or watch tackle. This effort will become the load because it is pulling from that pulley or tackle. So watch tackle is pulling the gun tackle. So the effort for the watch tackle which we calculated will be the load for the watch tackle. So W is 1.24. Now number of sheaves is 3 in the watch tackle. Velocity ratio will also be 3 because it is rigged to disadvantage. So efficiency is equal to W plus NW by uh, friction WNF, that is 12% upon 100 into upon VR. So 1.24 plus 3 into 1.4 plus into 12 by 100 by 3 is equal to 1.24 plus 0.4464 by 3, that is 0.562 ton. This is the effort of for the watch tackle. So watch tackle, the more pulleys as we see, the more pulleys we put, the less effort we have to apply if they are working all in good condition and good efficiency. So the safe working load of the nylon rope, this is your efficiency. This is the effort. So thus the safe working load of the nylon rope of the watch tackle will have to bear 0.562 and breaking stress will be 0.562 into 6, that is 3.37. And the breaking stress for nylon rope is the same, 5d square by 300 we apply in the formula, and we get the diameter as 14.22. So here we are calculating as the nearest digit, that is 15 mm. The minimum size of nylon rope for the watch tackle is 15 mm diameter. Now the formula for efficiency is mechanical advantage upon the velocity ratio, that is load upon effort. So weight was 3 tons and the effort applied is 0.562. So mechanical advantage is 5.338. Velocity ratio of the combined system. So for the combined system, you have to take the velocity ratio of the combined system for all the pulleys. So we have to multiply velocity ratios. We are multiplying the number of pulleys of board, and that is the Velocity ratio, total combined system is the number of pulleys, that is velocity ratio of 1 into velocity ratio of 2. So velocity ratio of 1 was 3 and velocity ratio of 2 was also 3. So that is 9 is the velocity ratio. So efficiency is equal to 5.338 upon 9 into 100, that is 59.3% is our efficiency. And the diameter of the rope also we have calculated. So this is the way we will do the sums of logs, purchases and taxes.